We began a scenario where Gohan became the first Super Saiyan, and now the group is on Namek trying to get the Dragon Balls. And the Namek arc has started out much differently so far, so what else will change? We'll cover all that and more in the second part of What If Gohan went Super Saiyan early. Mori, Dende, and Kargo are with Goku's crew. The group's not really too sure what to do next, but they still are seeking the Dragon Balls, so Mori has a good idea. Maybe they should at least try and get one for themselves, because even if Frieza has some of them now, that won't be too big of an issue. They can go get the one from Guru, and then stash it away somewhere and then find some way to get the other Dragon Balls. They have the advantage because they have a Dragon Ball radar. No one else does. They're just going to the villages and looking around, so they have an entire planet to hide it on. So they make a detour and immediately go towards Guru's place, meeting him for the first time, and he's more than willing to help, especially with everything that's going on. Thankfully, since they arrived at him much earlier, he still has a good amount of time left before he dies. And here they of course meet Nail as well. Guru gladly gives them a Dragon Ball. Mori and Kargo are going to stay back here with him, and Guru tells Nail to go along with them. Same for Dende. That's because he unlocks everyone's potential. Dende now has healing powers, and the other three warriors have their power drawn out. Gohan's power jumps to 250,000. As for Goku, he goes up to 200,000, and for Krillin, he goes to 100,000. This will give them a nice power boost and at least help them in their journeys. It might not be enough to fight Frieza, but still, it should be a good amount. For Gohan, this is pretty huge. Of course, they don't know the exact multiplier of Super Saiyan or what Gohan's power level is right now, but hypothetically, if Gohan were to go Super Saiyan right now, his power would be 12.5 million, which means he could fight pretty much anyone here with ease. He'd even be able to technically beat Frieza, as long as he doesn't go to his final form. Obviously, they don't know the extent of Frieza's power, although Goku feels Gohan's power right now and thinks that maybe he actually has a shot at beating Frieza, but that's probably a bad idea. And since it's Gohan's power, he's not going to make him fight Frieza. If Goku were in his shoes, he would definitely go to fight Frieza right now, even with all the risk. But he knows it would be really stupid and dangerous to make Gohan fight him right now just because he seems stronger in the moment. They don't know what Frieza's true power looks like. They're going to hide this Dragon Ball and then try and find the remaining ones. Let's go over to Frieza. Right now, he still doesn't know what happened. 3 random people jumped out of nowhere and killed the Doria with ease, and as for Zarbon, he never returned. He's probably dead, and some of their other soldiers have disappeared too. Plus, he doesn't realize that Vegeta's running around the planet right now. At the moment, Vegeta's still gone completely unnoticed, at least by Frieza. Goku, Gohan, and Krillin have sensed him by now and realized that he's here. Not that he's going to be an issue, but for Frieza he's an issue because he got another Dragon Ball already. All 7 Dragon Balls are obtained right now. Goku's group has 1, Vegeta has 2, and Frieza has 4, which have all been brought back to his ship. That's where Frieza heads for now, because he needs to store the Dragon Balls here, and he also wants to call in the Ginu force. So he summons them to Namek. Once they get here, they'll seek out the Dragon Ball. Goku's crew travels together, and then they find something pretty interesting. There's 2 Dragon Balls stashed together. It's the 2 that Vegeta hid. If they keep their power low, they'll be fine. Vegeta might be able to sense them, but he's not a threat, and he's probably not working with Frieza at the moment. As for Frieza and his army, their scouters won't be able to pick them up, so they take Vegeta's hidden Dragon Balls for themselves. Now they have 3. While they were doing this, Frieza left his ship unattended, and Vegeta went to it. Of course, he had to fight some Frieza Force soldiers on the way, but the main reason he went here was for the Dragon Balls. Just like he thought, Frieza actually did have some on hand. 4 of them, actually. This is great. Vegeta steals them and then throws them across the planet. He'll find them later on. Right now, he thinks he has 6 Dragon Balls. He only needs 1 more and then he'll get what he needs. What he doesn't realize is that he only has 4 of them right now, and he doesn't really have them on hand either. He just threw them away so Frieza couldn't find them. But right now, he's really happy. At least, until he senses 5 powers approaching. He jumps to the natural conclusion that the Ginu force is probably here. So, he leaves Frieza's ship as quickly as possible, going to find the 4 Dragon Balls he stole. Goku's crew noticed that 4 of the Dragon Balls are moving randomly, and it looks like they were split up, but at the same time, they went towards the same direction. Krillin's not really sure why, but he theorized that someone must have just thrown them somewhere. Because it doesn't look like 4 separate people traveling, it looks like they just randomly were scattered about. And they're relatively close to each other. So, they go to find those 4 Dragon Balls. And it's made really easy for them. They're just sitting there. Everyone picks up a Dragon Ball. Now they just need to bring these to Bulma. They have all 7 Dragon Balls in their possession. The thing is, they should get pretty far away from everyone though, because if they do summon Porunga, that'll immediately draw Frieza towards them, and they sense 5 other pretty strong powers approaching. Not that they're really worried, because with their current powers, whoever those opponents are won't really be big trouble for them. But then they sense another power approaching. It's Vegeta, going to obtain his 4 Dragon Balls. And the second he spots all of them from above, he feels a powerful surge of emotions. Anger, fear, hatred, doubt, everything. Because not only are his Dragon Balls being taken by someone else, but it's the same people that beat him beforehand. So he lands nearby. Those Dragon Balls are his, and he's not going to let them take them without a fight. Goku tells Vegeta he should avoid fighting right now. There's no way he's going to win. He lost to Gohan before, and they're all much stronger. And while Goku would love to fight him, they don't really have the time for that. So they leave without trying to fight Vegeta, although he tries to fight them. As they fly off, he launches a Ki Blast at Dende. Goku then quickly jumps in front of it and swats it away effortlessly. He tells Vegeta he has 1 more chance. Get out of here and don't bother them. They're here to revive their friends, and they're not going to lose anyone else. Still, Vegeta's not going to stand down. He powers up and charges a Gallic Gun. But suddenly he's blinded by something. And it's not Gohan transforming. It's actually just something blinding him. Krillin performs a solar flare, and Vegeta hears Krillin tell him to stay down, as with a single blow, he knocks Vegeta out. And Goku thanks Krillin for not killing him. He knows he wanted to before, and honestly he had every right to. But Krillin simply couldn't risk that. Plus, it's really nice being strong enough to beat Vegeta when they were hopeless before. He finds it kind of funny how the tables have turned. So the 5 of them leave. Nail and Dende know the password for the Dragon Balls, so they'll be able to summon Porunga. Goku still does think about fighting Frieza, but everyone around him is pretty level-headed and talks him out of it. Krillin and Nail are especially logical about it and make sure he doesn't do anything. Not to mention, King Kai's probably in his head too, telling him not to even think about it. They're still going to have to be quick though, because once they summon Porunga, that's basically going to launch a beacon that tells everyone to come towards them. Although, there already kind of was a beacon. The Ginyu Force has already landed. Frieza's frantically searching around his ship, but while he's doing that, the Ginyu Force checked their scouters and found a really strong power. It was Krillin. So they fly in that general direction, not even noticing the unconscious Vegeta on the ground as they fly over. And Goku can sense 5 people following them. Mid-air, Nail turns around and launches a bunch of blasts at them. Besides Dende, he's actually the weakest in the group right now, but still, Goku's impressed with how strong he is. His blasts don't affect 4 of the Ginyu Force members, but for Goldo, this actually does kill him right away. And it serves as a nice ambush to actually distract them. Quickly, the group gets ready to fight. It's a 4v4. Recoome goes after Nail, Jace and Birder fight Gohan and Krillin, and Goku fights Ginyu. Gohan's actually the strongest of the group right now, so even without using Super Saiyan, he's able to defeat Jace and Birder, especially with Krillin's help. Then they all join Nail against Recoome. As for Goku, he actually was able to overpower Ginyu, but didn't expect the body swap, so his body still gets stolen. The rest of the Ginyu Force was defeated really easily, and Ginyu got really worried, so he just swapped at the body of the person in front of him. The good thing for him is, he thought Goku was the strongest, although it was Gohan. Weakly in Ginyu's body, Goku tells Gohan he needs to fight him. And Gohan's really hesitant because he will still be hurting Goku's body, but Goku says it's fine. It won't be a big deal. He doesn't say it out loud, but they also do have Dende there as a healer. So quickly Gohan powers up, not going Super Saiyan just yet, but showing off just enough power where he could fight Ginyu. And once more Ginyu starts panicking and decides he might actually have to take Gohan's body instead. So he performs the body swap once more. Thankfully Krillin's able to react in time, picking up Goku and throwing him in front of Ginyu. And as they swap bodies, Nail stands over the injured Ginyu and delivers the finishing blow, killing him in his original body. Goku has been pretty injured too because before Ginyu swapped again, he made sure to hurt Goku. Thankfully with Dende there though, he gets healed, and also gets a pretty nice power boost from it too. They're worried Frieza probably was able to pick up that on his scouter, but thankfully at the moment he actually didn't have one. He was too busy looking around his base trying to find wherever the Dragon Balls went. He knows that was the Ginyu Force's job, but as he was searching around, he of course found a bunch of dead soldiers. Not knowing who did this, he assumes it was whoever those people were on this planet. Thankfully for Vegeta, nobody knows he's there yet besides Goku and crew, so he still stays hidden. Anyone who did encounter him was killed before they can get word back to Frieza. Although, that doesn't really amount to much because now he has no Dragon Balls, and he's just lying there unconscious. Goku's group gets back to Bulma, and quickly they summon Porunga. There is one issue though. The Dragon Balls can't revive everyone at once, but the upside is, it can make 3 wishes. So someone's just gonna have to come back later, and Yamcha volunteers for that. Piccolo's brought back first, which brings back Kami, and then Tien and Chaozu are brought back. And since Kami's back now, they'll actually have Earth's Dragon Balls, so Yamcha could just be revived with that. Plus, they could probably just make one big wish and say, revive every good person killed by Frieza's men in the past few months, which would bring Yamcha back and all the Namekians back at the same time. But now, they need to leave as quick as possible. Kami starts looking for the Dragon Balls on Earth, while Goku and crew board the ship. But just as they're about to get on, it explodes. Someone's floating there above them. It's Frieza. The second he saw Porunga, he flew over. They didn't think he'd get there that fast, but he did, and he's fuming. He finally found the people that were messing with him, and not just that, they took the Dragon Balls from him too. And what's more, it looks like one of them is a Saiyan. And judging by the tail on that kid, he's at least part Saiyan as well. He did spy on Vegeta too and knows he went to Earth before, so he puts 2 and 2 together. These are who Vegeta fought on Earth. He lets them know they made a very powerful enemy, and they're not going to leave here alive. Goku's the first one to try and fight him. Thankfully after being healed from his fight with Ginyu, he is a lot stronger in base, and he's actually able to contend with Frieza right now. He's strong enough to push Frieza into his second form, and then even his third form. Not to mention, he has Kaioken Rocket, and this is enough to push him into his final form. And while he knows it's dangerous, watching them fight makes Gohan want to jump in too. And quickly, he transforms, showing off his full power, ready to join Goku in battle. And this actually serves as a good distraction too. They don't realize that Frieza's feared the Super Saiyan his entire life. And now he's encountering a really strong Saiyan and then his hybrid son, who just transformed. His hair turned golden, and his power shot up dramatically. He's legitimately stunned by this. There's no way that could be what he thinks it is. A Super Saiyan? And it's a kid? He has no clue what else it could be. That has to be it. He stumbles back for a second, but he shakes it off. He still has to fight here, and he probably still has the upper hand. Gohan stands beside Goku, so do Krillin and Nail. And just as Frieza gets ready to attack, they all vanish. For a second he's confused thinking it's some sort of trick, but he looks around and everyone's gone, including that Namekian kid that wasn't fighting and that woman that was screaming when he blew up the ship. He puts his scouter back on. All of his soldiers are still here, but he can't detect all those small powers from the random Namekians scattered about. What just happened? Goku and his friends end up back on Earth, alongside a bunch of Namekians. Thanks to Goku fighting Frieza, he did buy Kami enough time to get the Dragon Balls for himself. And while he did want to make the wish to revive everyone else, he made a better wish because he saw no other option here. He made sure to bring all the good people from Namek to Earth. So the Frieza forces left there alone, with Vegeta also left there too. The issue with this is that they can't revive a large group of people after a year has passed. But he figured that with the help of the other Namekians, they could probably find some sort of workaround here. Worst case scenario, Yamcha and all the Namekians will be dead a little bit longer. Back on Namek, Frieza starts crashing out, trying to figure out where everyone went. Vegeta then wakes up too, finding a ship and leaving, unsure of his next move. He can't believe the embarrassment he just experienced. It was worse than what happened on Earth. At least on Earth, it was a Super Saiyan that defeated him. But here, he was an afterthought. That random Earthling from before defeated him with one attack. Is he really that weak? How did they get so strong so quickly? He was embarrassed. He had the perfect plan to get the Dragon Balls. If the Earthlings didn't show up here, he would have actually been able to summon Piranga. Well, he wouldn't have known the passcode, but still, he could have gotten all the 7 Dragon Balls for himself. While furious, he's also ashamed. Back on Earth, Mori makes a new set of Dragon Balls. Not long after coming to Earth, Guru did die, although he did pass some wisdom on to Kami, as well as Mori. And with Mori being the new Elder, they now have another set of Dragon Balls here. The first wish is kind of a cheat code. He wishes to restore Shenron's power immediately, and with Piranga being the stronger dragon at the moment, he's able to do so. Then, Kami summons Shenron. Piranga and Shenron are in the same area at the same time, which is kind of weird. Each of them didn't expect to meet another dragon at the moment, but his wish is to revive all the good people that died due to Frieza's army in the last year, which would probably revive a bunch of random people across the galaxy as well, but more importantly, it revives Yamcha and all the Namekians that died. Yamcha's brought back to Earth, and all the Namekians are on Namek still. And Piranga's still there waiting for the other 2 wishes. Mori really needs to upgrade him to revive multiple people at once. But the next 2 wishes are simple. Make a new Namek, and transport all the Namekians there. Piranga disappears and so do all the Namekians, saying thanks to everyone on Earth and their goodbyes. And of course while they were here, Piccolo and Kami met all of them, and they were left with a parting gift too. Before Guru died, he actually did unlock Piccolo's potential, and suggested that he should fuse with Kami, realizing that they're each a half of one whole. Piccolo of course doesn't really want to at the moment, plus if they did that, they'd lose the Dragon Balls here on Earth. But at least now, they know a couple other Namekians that maybe could help them out. And right before the Namekians left, they decided that if Earth ever needed a new Guardian, Dende would be the one to come back here. They'll just have to find new Namek, and Goku said that shouldn't be a big deal. King Kai could probably help them out. So, all the Namekians disappear, going off to their own new planet. Everyone killed by the Saiyans is finally reunited, but it's not over yet. Frieza still is out there, and they nearly just had to fight him, but Goku feels pretty confident. He thinks that Frieza's probably going to come here at some point, probably soon. They'll just have to train and grow strong enough to fight him, so immediately, they're going to get to work. And with that, we'll leave off here for now. What do you guys think about this part? What's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help out the channel, and it shows me when I see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.